Hi, this is a disclaimer. I am not an immigration consultant. Thank you. Hey fam, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for watching, liking, and also leaving your comments. I really appreciate. If this is the first time you are watching my video or the first time you are seeing this channel, it's basically a Ghanaian girl living a Canadian life and sharing her experiences with her people. Yeah, basically it's just about how I got into Canada and how my life is going. Yeah, so welcome back. Yeah, so from my previous video I talked about what I did in order to be able to get a school in Canada, and then I made mention about the number of times I had tried and nothing good was coming my way. Yeah, someone put in the comment section, oh, you tried for like 10 years, really? Well, that 10 years wasn't me applying for the visa, honestly. That 10 years was like, you know, that moment you know that, oh, you haven't really prepped yourself, but you still want to try anyways. Yes, so I was just trying for schools, just putting in whatever I want to put in. It's like you're just testing the waters. Yeah, but sometimes in order for you to test the waters and see how deep it is, you just have to be prepared for what's gonna happen in the waters. And throughout that duration, I think I wasn't doing any of that. Yes, so now today we are basically going to talk about the next steps. You've been able to set your target year. You've been able to know which part of Canada you want to come. You've been able to identify the program of choice and the year or the intake that you want to come in. So the next question, what happens next? Yes, what happens next? So the next one is to get your, I almost said study materials. The next thing is for you to get your credentials. For credentials means your transcript, your certificates. So the first part I'm going to talk about is if you are applying for a diploma or postgraduate program, this is what you would need. You would need your transcripts from your school. You also need your proof of English proficiency. Did I say proof of English proficiency? So you need to prove that you have your academic background in English, and if you are from a non-English speaking country, you have to have an educational assessment system done for you, so you can actually have an account with WES, WES, WES. Yeah, and then they would do what they have to do for you from there. But then here, let's assume you have your certificates, you have everything that you need to apply for your school in English. So we need your transcripts, your current transcripts. We also need your proof of, why do I keep on saying proof of, we need your English proficiency, whatever. Yeah, but then since you are from an English speaking country, you don't need to prove that you can speak English, because automatically all your credentials are in English. Then from there, it's two options. You either go to the school's website if you are familiar with it. You just go to the website, the program that you want, or the program that you see yourself as a great fit for, just go to the school's portal and then you begin your application process. Yes. So in this state, we are applying to so many schools. So what I personally did was I put down a list of schools that I would pay application fees, and then some other schools that also waive application fees. Basically, that is what I did, because let's assume you are applying to about 10 schools or 5 schools, and all of them you need to pay for application fee. Yeah, it might kill your pocket. So you just have to be honest with yourself. You need to know yourself and your capacity. Yeah, as I said in my previous video, because you can try, you can even just open the portal and then just seeing the amount of application fee or the cost for the application fee, just seeing that money alone will just put you off, because you don't have the money or you are not ready to pay for that. Yeah. And then also, it would be best if you contact the school. Yes, most of in fact all the schools, when you go to their page, they have a section where they would write contact. If you want to speak with a student advisor, you contact the school. You just put in your email, your name, a few details that they will ask, and then you will, you will just put in those details, and automatically once you click on submit, it goes to the school. Depending on the time you sent, if it was a weekend, if you sent it on Friday night, automatically you're not going to get a response on Saturday morning. Yeah, so maybe you just give yourself 2 to 3 business days, and then the school will get back to you. Anytime you would send any request or information to the school asking for something, I will urge you to be calm, because remember, the school is working with tons and tons and tons of students from different backgrounds, and every school would want to serve their prospective candidate or student better. So just be calm and give the school or the student advisor ample time, enough time to get back to you. That way you are not under pressure. You don't feel like your message or your email or whatever you sent is being ignored. But then in that state where you are waiting for them to get back to you, you just have to get whatever you would need in order to make the next step easy available, so that once maybe the school gets back to you, depending on how you filled the form, and now they get to know that you're a good fit for a particular program, they just ask you for your credentials or your information, then you already have it, so you just send it to them, right? Yeah, so spend the time that you are being anxious and waiting, spend that time to do something else, which would in the end bring you a better results. Yeah, so in my first video, was it the first video, I think the part 2, yeah, there was a part I was talking about anxiety, how anxiety made me slack. Yeah, so which year was it? So I think in 2020, yeah, the COVID season, we were home, not really going to work. Yeah, we were working from home basically, and even if we had to go to the office, it's not every time. So there was this day I had just closed from my work from home, and I was just lying on my bed, just pressing phone, and then I was like, let me just give it a shot, let me just try some schools. And at this time I had applied to some schools in the UK, and I saw myself as a good fit for the program, because at the time I was also pursuing my master's with Legon. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good bait. But then in as much as I had applied with some schools in the UK, I even forgot that I didn't use the masters to apply for those schools, because at the time I was still a master's student in UGBS, and I just used my undergrad. Yeah. So what happened was I got the offer. So what I did was I just spread the risk, because I saw so many programs that I was like, oh, I'm going to be a good fit. Yeah, I used my undergrad to apply. So I applied for 3 different programs with this school in the UK. We will talk about that one later. And I got it. I got in. I got 3 different offers at the same time from the school. Yeah, it's good news and all, but I wasn't so happy because my dream country was Canada. So what happened was I actually put that aside. I was just thinking about it because I wasn't also financially stable. I wasn't okay to even pay for any part payment or anything, any commitment fee or initial payment. So I put that aside, and then I I was still searching for schools in Canada, and I was just searching across board, from private school to public school to you name it, schools in Canada. So I applied to one of the prominent schools in British Columbia, and during the application process, that is when my anxiety set in, because I kept on asking myself, am I a good fit? I was so scared. Well, I had my senior brother help me with the application process. Most of them you had to do it yourself. So anything that I see that I am not really okay with, any question, I just ask him for his opinion. He shares his opinion with me, and then we keep going from there. So what happened was, the moment you start the application process with them, they would ask you for your reference details if you have a referee. So I was so anxious, and all to the extent that I almost forgot about the referencing aspect. It was when I think, submitted the application, and I realized that, whoa, I think my referee doesn't even have any idea of what I am doing, in as much as we've been talking about it, that, oh, I would want to school outside Ghana. So ask me, what did I do? The school actually sent me an email asking for my referees. They needed, I think, 2 or 3 people to give me a thumbs up or say something about me and all. So I sent emails to my prospects, and then that was it. I thought it was it, so I didn't follow up or anything. But then in the waiting moment, I was so afraid. I was just so scared, and yeah. So what happened, I'm just talking gibberish. So what happened was that, thankfully, because it was COVID and I had applied for the September intake or something like that, yeah, because it was COVID, they didn't waive the application fee. I had to pay $250, yeah, Canadian dollars, for the application fee. Yeah, but then I got a GMAT waiver, and for the GMAT waiver, you have to write an essay. You have to convince the school that, oh yes, in as much as I can write GMAT, or I blah blah blah, these are the reasons why I think I can be in the position to be given a GMAT waiver. Which, yeah, I got it, but then the final decision came and I didn't get into the school. So I think I wrote back to the school asking why I couldn't make it, because remember, before applying to the school, I had already had 3 offers from a university in the UK. So I was wondering, I was like, yeah. And then they actually gave me the reason why they think I couldn't make it. Yeah. So that is what anxiety can make you. You can be so anxious to the extent that you are not even following your plan, or you are not going according to what you have to go. Or is the English okay? Yeah. Because I am shishini uncertainty. Yes. So if you are applying for schools, one, I would just tell you to be calm. Yes, it's a state where all your hormones and anxiety levels would be up because, one, you are trying to make a bold step and you don't know whether you're gonna get in or you're not gonna get in. And then two, you now have to work outside of your regular routine, because in order for this to succeed, even when you close from work and you know that I want to achieve this goal, you can't sleep. Yes, you can't sleep because, hey, sometimes I'll be sleeping and I'll be then I'll just wake up and then I'll just, yeah. And what I also thought that doing was the best was I was always talking about it. Oh yes. Oh, what are your plans? Oh, me de minya brochanka meko minya school brochanka meko. Yeah. God didn't show the dream to everybody. God showed that dream to you. God showed that whatever you are feeling about this achievement you want to achieve, or this goal you want to achieve, God didn't show it to everybody in your circle. God didn't show it to everybody in your family. God didn't show it to everybody on your contact list. God showed it just to you. So in as much as you are happy, you are anxious, keep yourself calm. And you'll be on me. I would say that was one negative part of my decision making process, because I thought everybody cared about me and everybody wanted to know, oh, what's up with you, what's going on with you. Sorry, manners. So you see that I was always telling people and talking about it, but I realized that these people that you're even talking about, because they just want to know what's going on in your life. They're not asking you because they're going to motivate you or they're going to do something for you to keep going. Yes. So when you're in school or when you're idea, keep it to yourself until say eduabano ebeso eduanepa. And it's something I'm actually still working on, because anytime I am anxious, if I'm not careful, I'll just speak to any stranger. Yeah, talking about strangers, something happened to me when I came to Canada fresh. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. So now you know the school that you want to pick. The student advisor has gotten back to you. You've started making the processes. What next? Go to the school's portal. Take your time to read every information that is there pertaining to your program. Yes. Every information be a program now about be reading. Whether you're going to do it online in Ghana or you're going to do it physically in Canada or any part of the world that you want to go, please take your time and read. Don't be like Sandra. When Sandra got the offer from Toronto School of Management, she was so excited. She didn't read all the letter. She didn't read so many things. Yeah. So please, take your time and read. I think I used to tell people to read and they get offended because I almost say, oh, I say a person why can't you read? Why can't you read and tell us what you have read? I can read, but maybe as I am explaining to you, it would not sit well as you would read it and understand it. So please read. Check every information that you would need from the school with regards to your program. Okay. So now that you know your program, the student advisor is helping you with your application processes, or you are doing your own application processes, what are you going to do next? Look for scholarship opportunities. As I said in my first video, go to the school's portal. Every program has its associated scholarships. Yes, I actually didn't know that. I got to know that when I was applying to that school in British Columbia. Yeah, so they have, depending on even the leadership role that you play in your country or from your previous university, certain scholarships are available for you. And who doesn't like scholarships? But also you just have to know if you are a good fit. If when you apply and you're able to convince them, you will get the scholarship. Because sometimes, to be honest, we are not ready to know the truth. We know, say, oh, we are not putting in our best, but then we are just pushing, thinking that because we are pushing, we're gonna get it. No. Okay. So I believe that there are people who are going to watch this video who are still in the university, maybe undergrad, and they're still having plans of relocating to another country to further their education. If you are watching this video, I'm going to give you an advice. Don't slack in your grades. Yes, the previous semesters is past and gone. If you have even just one semester ahead of you, push. Make sure you get the good grades out of your semesters, because that's also going to help you to gain an admission. And trust me, if your grades are good, everything is good, everything is on point, the scholarship in the company, you don't even have to cry, or you don't have to beat your hand like this for it. No, it will come automatically. Yeah, so that's it. So once you have the scholarship, you apply for it. Yes, there are some schools that you would have to apply separately for the scholarship, and you have to write a statement. Yes, you have to write a statement exhibiting some leadership roles and other qualities that would make you a good fit for that scholarship. Yeah, I hope I'm not mixing any information here and everything is in order for you to understand. Yeah, so now let's assume that the next thing is we have applied for the school, we have gotten the school. What's the next thing to do? Yes, so most of the schools now, they have tons of students coming in from different parts of the world. So as a form of committing yourself, the school would ask you for an initial payment, yeah, or a commitment fee to be able to keep your slot for you. Sorry, to be able to keep your slot for you. What do you do when this happens? And this is when you have to rely on your savings or your finances, because if you don't have the money now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell the school you don't have money, so they should defer your admission or the offer? Or are you just gonna look in your mail and just look at the mail and begin to cry? No. And as you are going through all this process, you are doing all these things, definitely you would have a trusted person that you would be talking about this new adventure with. just make sure that this person is ready to support you financially, so that eto de den krampuna na unya offer no anyway, you can make that commitment fee or pay the initial fee. That should be unya bedru hanomo start juma, you can just pay back the person whichever way. Yeah, so that's it. And sometimes too, when it comes to the scholarships, if you don't write a statement explaining to them, and that would make them pick you or consider you having the scholarship, you would also have to maybe write a quiz or an aptitude test. Yes, that is what I did. That is what I did. I wrote an aptitude test, and I think I wrote that test in 2019. Yeah, and thankfully, even though 2019, after writing the test, I passed, I couldn't get into the school because I didn't have the financial capacity. Thank God, in 2021, when I applied to that same school again, the test was still available because they have an open period of 2 years. So this time around, when I applied for the school, I didn't have to write the aptitude test for the scholarship because I had already written the test, passed, and then had gotten the scholarship in 2019, even though I couldn't still come into the school. Yeah, so this is it. I am really trying to make all my videos short because I think that when you are applying for a school, honestly, you don't even want pick a certain thing. You don't want lots of talking. All you want is the precise information that you will need in order to be able to go ahead with what you want to do. Yes, so as much as possible, I'm going to try to be having short videos that I'll upload on my YouTube channel. Yes, I wanted to say something, but it has escaped me. Yeah. Sorry for the noise in my background. Yes, it's what's the name of that thing, what do they call it? One had the fish I've forgotten the name. It's a fish vessel. It's a fish one. And when I did on my background, help a fish to swim. Yes, so that's it. So I'll come back to your timelines again with another video. Yeah, but for now, I hope this helps. Yes, get your application fees. That if the school requires you to pay for an application fee, also get schools that do not require you to pay an application fee, so that no matter the number of times that you apply for the school, for different schools, sorry, you don't have to be paying application fees. Take time to read. Take time to read, please, and please again. Yes, and when it comes to diploma certificate programs and postgraduate certificate programs, the requirements are not as hectic as that of the master's degree. Yes, master's, you need to go through so many things, including getting a referee or a reference letter or referral from a trusted individual. That individual could be your boss from your job, or could be your teacher or your professor from your university. But then with the postgraduate and the graduate certificates, the postgraduate and the diploma certificates, you don't need referral. Yeah, yeah, basically that's that. And what else? Yeah, read, please. Please, I am begging you. If you want me to kneel down, I will kneel down for you. I beg you, read. Read, oh. Because if you don't read, you're gonna be like Sandra. Maybe my next video will talk about that. So please, Miss Remo Moon ready. If reading will be difficult for you, you can get this app, Speechify, or this Speechify, or Speechify. Yes, sometimes when I'm reading and it's so tiring, or I am tired, because at the time I was applying for all these schools, Mefie Ekofia, that's when I do what I have to do, or I wake up at dawn to do it before I go to work. Yeah, so most of the times that I am doing it, yeah, so you can just copy and paste the information that you want, put it in the app, the reading app, and then play it as an audio. So it plays to you whilst you are just lying down, or whilst you are cooking or eating. Yes, and most of the time information sticks when we hear it over and over and over again. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this information helps, and I'm gonna have a disclaimer. I am not an immigration consultant. I am not an educational consultant. I am just your regular girl trying to share her experiences on how she got to school and she wasn't able to get in due to her own personal experiences. Yes, I am just your little girl trying to give you some information. Yeah, basically that's it. And also, as I said, any information you read, any information that you need would be on your student portal. At this stage, we are just talking about the school, getting the school. Yes, so in my next video we're going to talk about, now we have the school, now we have the scholarship, what next? Yay, almighty visa, almighty visa. Yeah, so see you guys and do have a great weekend. Bye.